Metro Boomin, a hit-making producer and arguably the most influential, his dark production style along with his mastering of simplicity has led him to producing hits for Drake, 21 Savage and Travis Scott. So in this video, let's break down the production secrets behind Metro Boomin's sound. Let's start with Metro's signature sound, the dark bells. We hear this all over his production in songs like Raindrops. Which leads me to two major factors of Metro's sound, simplicity and repetition. If we look at Metro's production, we notice a pattern. He keeps it simple to stop stuff clashing, and he makes the melodies stick in your head. So I use this Bright Pop Keys preset in the Symphony, and I use this Portal preset to give it a more daunting effect. Then I layered it with this Dimensions preset in the ARP 3000. And to stop that repetition, he likes to use counter melodies, just like in No Complaints.
Ain't no complaints. Nah.
So I use this Death Row piano from Addictive Keys. Next, all over his production, we hear that ambient, catchy piano, just like in songs Only One. So I use this Prepared Horror from Addictive Keys. So for the first chord is a D sharp major 7th. It goes into a D major, then back into the D sharp major 7th. And to give it a nice dark effect, I've used a D dominant 7th on the last chord. I wanted to create that dark atmosphere from pads, just like in Too Many Nights. So I layered two Juno presets. I then found a vocal drop off Splice, which sounded like this. And that has that element of repetition, just like on Lock On Me. I wanted to have a little bit more vibrato sound to it, so I just doubled the time of it. I noticed in other songs with vocals like Overdue,
Overtime and overdue.
they layered the vocals with a choir that had a flutter type of texture. And I found this Mellotron preset and I got the flutter and just put it below halfway. Next is adding the bass with them high glide notes.
I'll play you what I got for the bass line on this one.
And I noticed these basses have that heavy distortion with highs rolled off. And next I added them live strings that break it down just like in Niagara Falls.
Same size as the Galleria. Spanish model with.
And again with this string sound, I just sped it up ×2. Then lastly is adding them reverse synth runs like in Around Me. So I found this run from Splice and reversed it to sound like this. So So once the sample's done, I wanted to chop it just like Metro does. This would obviously be something that Metro likes to use with the MPC, but I don't have one of those. So I made a second section which touches on that repetition that I said earlier. Once I rendered that to make the beat, I dropped it by 3 semitones and put it up to 168 BPM. And now let's move on to the drums. So starting with the hi-hats. As Metro likes to do in this video,
I pulled this out up on the hi-hats a little bit just to, you know, make them a little shorter.
So he shortens the hi-hat and I put this out up. Then he adds a little bit of reverb on top. Then he adds other hi-hats for extra bounce. Then I layered 2 claps and a snare for extra bounce. Then extra percussion. Then a kick. Metro likes to use variations of 808 patterns, so I had the first variation that follows the synth bass. Then the second variation that follows that chopped up section. And here we have the Metro beat.